Hello, this is Miss Sanford. I am about to show you how to do your, I'm going to demonstrate how to do the ProSim simulations on here. And I'm going to just do this first one so you can probably understand it. Once you log in and get your course access code paid for and use the key I provided you and register, you will probably see something like this. And I don't know if you'll see all of them. They might be hidden until you complete the one before that. But if you want to move on, just email me and I'll release the next one if you want to work ahead. But first you will watch the tutorial, but you can watch that on your own. It's just a video. And then, so we're going to look at the restaurant market research one first, because that's probably what's going to pop up first for you for week 2. Of course, there's a concept overview that you look through and the quiz that goes along with it. And you could look through this while you do the quiz, and that's out of 30 points. And then you'll have the learning phase and the challenge phase, and it's going to be one total grade of 100 points that I will transfer over into Blackboard when you're complete. And you'll have each one of these every week, and it's just one big grade instead of a bunch of small grades. So let's click on the quiz, and it's just going to look like this. You're just going to go through these answering. But the thing I wanted to show you the most was this learning phase and challenge phase. So let's click on the learning phase, and I have already done this actually, and I just reset all my scores on these so I could show you fresh from the start what it's going to look like. We did this last year. It was a little different because they have updated the system, but we had a lot of fun doing it together, and there were even group ones, but you might not have group members if we don't have any more classmates join us. So we might just opt out of the group project ones. So over here to your left, or my left, is going to be the instructions, and you just go step by step through these. So let's go through, I'm going to go through these 8 steps with you. It's saying welcome, and of course you can read that. Now it says go to the action tab, new survey. So over here to my right, you see this tab that says actions, and I'm going to go all the way down, and they've even blocked some of these out, so you're not going to even need those. New survey. All right, and you are going to need to select the following questions. Do you eat out for business as a couple or a family? Let's see. There's that question. What day do you normally eat out? Let's see where that question is. I don't see. Oh, which day? Which day? How much do you usually expect to pay for a meal? And we have that one. And then we will make sure it says leave customer survey at 300. So we're going to survey 300 customers with these questions. And that's how much it's going to cost us to do all these surveys from our pretend business. Okay. We're going to get these graphs. And the question is, what is the largest demographic in your city? Well, let's look at this chart. It looks like business is the highest demographic on this chart. So I'm going to make sure I put business people. And then next. All right. Which 2 days? Okay. Let's start that. Which day do you normally eat out? So right here for selected question, drop that down and change it to that question so we can see that bar graph. Which 2 days are the most popular days to eat out? Well, it looks like Friday is the most popular day, and the next one would be Thursday. So I'm going to select Thursday and Friday. What is okay, so how much do you usually expect to pay for a meal? So I'll have to drop down and click that question and get this graph. What is the highest price anybody in your city is willing to pay for a meal? Let's see. Well, it looks like some people are willing to pay more than $35 right here. Okay. on the next question. It says, using a market concept segmenting, you can use more specific information about particular demographic groups. Under the column labeled include people who answered, uncheck the boxes next to couple and business. So over here, I'm going to see where it says the couple and business. We're just going to uncheck those, and that's going to change up our graphs for this question. So it's only as if we surveyed the families. Compared to the overall population, families will pay more, about the same, or less. Let's see. It looks like they want to pay less, because remember, some of those people were willing to pay a lot of money. I'm going to say less. Okay. Now, it's telling me to change my actions and do a new survey, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out. So go to Actions and New Survey. And my questions are going to be, where in the city do you actually dine? And do you eat out for business as a couple or a family? Okay. Make sure I'm surveying those questions. And my 300 people, I'm not going to change that probably ever, unless it specifically says that. Okay. Now, under the people who answered, unchecked family and couple. So it's as if we are only surveying business people. Which area of the city has the most business people? See these little dots over here? I don't know if you can see my cursor. Those are going to be all the business people. So that is going to be the upper corner, not the right, not the left, not the lower one, but the upper one. All right. And now it wants us to do a new survey. So I'm going to close out. Actions, new survey. Which restaurant has good prices is going to be the question. Let's see. And I didn't see that, so I just scrolled down with my mouse to find it. Which restaurant has good prices? This one is toward the bottom. That's the only one. Okay. Of the 300 people surveyed, about how many thought the restaurant had good prices? Let's see. This many people said no restaurants had good prices. This many people said the Square Tavern restaurant had good prices. So that is a little over 100. So I'm going to say it's this 110 because that's the closest that they gave us. Okay, time for another new survey. We're almost finished with this. Actions, new survey. Where in the city do you actually dine? And which restaurant social media ads do you recall? There it is. Now, uncheck next to the box, no restaurants. So we're just looking at Square Tavern. What problem is there with the social media campaign? Oh, and see, that was an error because I had it where they dine, and they're asking about their social media question. Okay. Now, the question is, what problem is there with your social media campaign? Well, there's nothing here. So let's see what the question or the answers are. Nobody in the city sees the social media ads. It only covers a small portion of the city. Social media ads are being seen in the wrong area. I don't think anybody sees the social media ads because I'm not seeing anything. So that's going to be my answer. And it said it's wrong, so I must have done something wrong. So let's see. It says it only covers a small portion of the city is the correct answer. So it is going to give you the correct answer too. All right, I'm going to close that out. And step 8, it says, congratulations, I've completed the learning phase and I have got 26 out of 30 points. So I'm going to submit that for my grade. You completed the assignment and it has been saved. So I can review those questions if I want. And if I do that, I will not be able to save my work, but I liked the grade I had. So I'm going to go back. Okay. So now that you're done with that, you can close out there and go back to your original screen, and you see your grade will be 26 out of 30, and the next part will be the challenge phase. And there are only one of 3 steps on here. Our profit goal is $13,000, so we want to earn $13,000 in profit at our restaurant. And it's telling us to do actions like before, but instead of new survey, it's saying social media. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click the little, looks like a pencil button. I'm going to go all the way down. There's the little pencil button. Next to your ad results, to edit the ad. When you are done editing, click the save button and click OK. Okay. Click start to run the simulation forward in time. Note the simulation, it can take 3 or 4 weeks or longer to make changes. Okay, so what it's wanting us to do is to take this date and change it and move it 3 or 4 weeks ahead in time to see what happens with our profits. So 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, and I'm going to do 4 weeks. So that would be ending on, this would be 4 weeks. And I didn't do anything else. And I'm going to hit save. Oh, I'm sorry. I said start date. We're going to keep our start date as the 9th. We want our end date to be 3 weeks forward. So that would be March 8th, 2025. 0308 2025. Save. My ad has been edited, so I'm running this ad for 4 weeks. And close. Click start to run the simulations, and start is up here. And right here, you can see it's going forward in time. You can speed this up if you don't want to sit here. So I've sped it up as fast as it'll go. You can also hit run to that specific date if you do not want to do that. Oops. I think I have to hit stop before I can do run to March 8th. Well, this is as fast as it's letting me go then. You can zoom in and out if you can't see well. And we're almost there. We're at March 3rd. Down here, you can see my profit. It's $8,000 is how much I've made. Remember, our goal was to get it to $13,000. The closer to your goal, the higher your grade. Okay, we've reached March the 8th. So I'm going to hit the next button. To monitor your progress, click current grade link below, which is right here. If you make the goal, the simulation automatically will stop and submit your grade. You can click the submit below to submit your score. So I can hit submit if I'm okay with getting 19 out of 14 points. And that was based on all the things I did. So your weekly profit is $13,000 or above. So what can I do to increase that? Well, let's go back to what we just did. We'll go back to actions and social media, and we'll go all the way down. And let's run that forward. We're going to start from here. Remember, we got to hit our pencil button. We're going to start on the 8th, and I'm going to run it forward in time again I'm going to do 3 weeks this time and end on the 29th. But that's not going to give us, we haven't done anything different. We need to edit this. This is a social media ad. So what do I need to do? Let's see. Headline, Herb Roasted Chicken, Tech Square Tavern. This social media ad is not gaining any kind of audience. What can we do to make this higher? We could survey more people by going 10 blocks and up. I want to survey all these people. I'm curious. Let's see if that gets us to where we want to go. Let's save. Because we were only doing that within 4 blocks of our restaurant. All right. Our start date and end date. All right. Save. Close. All right, let's hit start. We're running at the max. Let's look down here at our profit. Ooh, it's gone down. 5,000. Something did not go right. I think it quit sharing my screen for a minute. It's still been running and our profit has gone up to 12,000. We're almost there to our $13,000 goal. And remember, all I did was to expand where my social media reach was from within 4 blocks to, I checked all of them. Congratulations, you've met the 100% target range for this challenge phase. I'm good with that. So now I made the 26 out of 30 points on the learning phase. I made the 40 out of 40 on the challenge phase. And it still says I have a 66 out of 100% on this week 1, or I'm sorry, this would be week 2 for you. Week 2 lesson. That's because I haven't done my quiz yet. And you can do them in whichever order you want to do. But once you're complete with that, I'll import that into Blackboard. And it is not very hard. So I spent, let's see, my timer says it's been 20 minutes. I've spent 20 minutes doing most of the assignment. All I have to do is this quiz now. And I think it was 20 questions. So you could probably get done if you want to take time to read through everything and go slower in a whole hour for your week's worth of assignments. You reach out to me if you have problems or questions. The tutorial can help you a lot, and we can reset your sim if you mess up and lose all your profits somehow. I've done that before. I've lost all of my money trying to advertise and change my menus up and all different kinds of things just to see what would happen, and I've had to reset my whole simulation for that week when I make a big mistake. Well, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the class and have a lot of fun running your virtual restaurant.